Hey, Eric.
Oh, hey, Chris. What's up, dude?
Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been a while in real time. Tell me about your t-shirt situation here, Eric. You told me that we needed to start early tonight because you needed to buy a t-shirt.
We had to delay the broadcast today because the industrial noise electronic band Health is playing a concert in Radhan at in Caelid at Redmayne Castle.
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
For the Radhan Festival today.
Cool.
Which is an environment in the fictitious game Elden Ring, but apparently they're playing there live. They're definitely not playing a recorded show over images from the game. And they are selling a limited time t-shirt during the concert of a copyright infringed Blade with his sword over his back with the band name above it, Radhan Fest 2022.
Cool.
And that's something that I needed to buy and own. And originally we had to delay the broadcast, but then I got an early link to buy it anyway, so it was unnecessary.
Oh, okay. Well, we're just starting. We're doing a early test broadcast today. Great, Eric. Well, congratulations on the acquisition of your t-shirt. I feel like I do want some Elden Ring merchandise.
There's a lot of stuff that's out there right now that's official, but it's really on the nose. Like, I want more.
Can there be an amiibo?
No.
There will never be
There are
an
no
amiibo.
M-rated amiibos.
Yeah,
regardless of what you can do with Mario when the lights turn out.
There's a Dark Souls amiibo.
Are you serious?
Yeah, of what's his name?
I don't know.
Solaire of
Oh, the Sunbro?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I assumed Nintendo would keep that shit PG. Oh, there's a Bayonetta one too, so never mind.
Yeah. And Cloud. I mean, he's
Cloud's
M-rated.
T-rated, Chris.
Yeah, I know. Not on certain places on the internet.
Jesse and Sid, they're M-rated heroes.
Yes, that's true. Would you like to hear some hot sounds that I've recorded?
Yes.
Welcome to Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast where we discuss classic JRPGs, chapter by chapter, beat by beat. This is Season 4, Part 1. We're covering Suikoden, as you know. And also, as you know, my name is Chris. Also, as you know, my name is Eric. No, his name is Eric. Hello, Eric.
Hey, Chris. Time off's really affecting your game here, isn't it?
Yes, we've had,
It's been 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Since we've recorded a podcast. 1 week since you've heard us, if you're listening week to week. But I had a trip to Disney World and a trip to the COVID-19 and the recovery thereof. So congratulations on
Life's realest Radhan Fest.
Surviving. This fucking sucks, man. Suikoden. Where did we leave off, Eric? Have we discovered the rapids yet?
Yes, we have actually been down to the rapids, but I want to open this by saying how much I appreciate Suikoden being a relatively low-key affair. Like, if you look at the past games we've covered, there's been a mitochondrial takeover, intergalactic time travel.
Go to space to heal your girlfriend.
Like, fucking body swapping with Catman, people who live under the earth, child soldiers with amnesia with witches teleporting from the future. I'm glad that, like, Suikoden is like a basic political drama with a little bit of magic and no, like, fucking human instrumentality projects boiling underneath the surface. Like, it's a relatively normal affair so far.
For a JRPG, it is grounded.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so. And
I'm glad the world isn't under an existential threat at the moment, just a political strife.
And in the spirit of that, our next mission is to figure out a way to make a fast boat.
Get a better boat to get past the blockade.
Yeah,
something simple that even I can understand and accomplish.
And I'll be goddamned if I don't already know a boat guy.
Yes, we do know a boat guy.
Yes.
We go to Tyne, where music Rising Tide plays. We go to that top left house and speak to Gen. How do we agree to pronounce Gen? G-E-N? Gen?
We are also joined by the RealNet, a collective of patrons who are listening to us record live. You too can join this RealNet at patreon.com/retroam.
We're also joined by the FakeNet, our post-production AI companion, and the hidden letter L in Elmo's letter adventure for Nintendo 64.
Initializing FakeNet. I tried to invent 7 brand new letters, but was subsequently banned for indoctrination and inducing mild peril.
We forgot the RealNet person.
This podcast is brought to you by Elliot. Elliot's great. I love Elliot. Thank you, Elliot, for your patronage and your contribution to the Retrograde Amnesia.
My guy just fucked up the pronunciation of his own podcast. Good job.
Yeah, it happens. Retrograde Amnesia community. Thanks, Elliot.
Stand tall and shake the heavens, Chris.
I fell out of heaven and became disconnected from God last time Crisp tried that.
How do we pronounce Gen, Chris?
Gen.
Okay.
It's not Gon, because we already know a Gon.
Gun.
Yes.
It's not Gen, because that's the guy from
Street Fighter Alpha.
Street Fighter Alpha.
You did a great job, Street Fighter.
Also, Jin is also in Tekken.
Ginkadama.
I slowly started thinking about how they made that a character in The Legend of Chun-Li.
You saw The Legend of Chun-Li.
Yeah, I watched a YouTube
idiot.
video on it too. It's hilarious. It's about how bad it is. I'll just send it to you. It's great.
No.
Yeah.
Gremio parties out, and Gen says, "You guys again, what do you want?" I tell Gen that we need a boat that can beat the rapids. Not like circumnavigate the rapids.
Yeah.
Beat the rapids. Gen says, "The rapids of Dunan, eh? Interesting. All right, I again will show you what I can do, but I can't do this alone. An ordinary boat will never make it. I have some ideas. Old Commandol next door should be able to help us. Even if he's half dead, let's go see him." And that comment of even if he's half dead, what do you read into that?
He's 40, over 40.
But half dead doesn't mean like sickly, cancer.
No, I
riddled?
think it's an old thing. Like
Okay.
he's almost run his course.
Half dead. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. Gen joins. We have to kick somebody out of your party. Remember who you said get the hell out of here for?
I sure don't, Eric, because I
I
deleted
did.
my notes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Chris deleted his notes for this portion of the. He took them, but they're gone.
Yeah.
I said goodbye, Yamku.
Oh, yeah. Oh, because you still have him left over from the pirate
Yeah,
excursion.
from the boat bros.
Yeah.
I go to the house next door. Before we walk in the door, everyone parties out, and Gen says, "Look at this sign here. The old geezer thinks he's a big shot. Hey, old man, I know you're in there. Come out, you bum, or I'll break down the door." So what's with the hostility? Is this like a grumpy old man warning neighbors type thing?
This is not a say anything moment where he's like holding up a boombox to get the old man's love.
Well, that's for love. Yeah,
Yeah.
This is for rivalry and like a mission. Like he's
Yes.
offering him a job, basically.
Yeah. It's not quite a Rand Paul situation where the neighbors want to beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, well,
but
I think that was a one-way thing. But
yeah, that's true. But they are constantly getting on each other's nerves and trying to one-up each other.
A guy in a light blue robe with a monocle bursts out. He has a portrait and he looks completely over this shit. And I'm picturing the Billy Madison lighting poop on fire type thing, where the old man comes out and stomps it out just angrily.
Yes.
This is Commandol, and he says, "You again, I told you not to disturb my experiments." So we have a cranky old man doing experiments in his basement?
Yeah.
What kind of experiments are these?
Alchemy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Just alchemic. He's making absinthe.
Yes, he's making absinthe and drugs.
Gen fires back with the spice. "Here you are, you creepy old man. You should get some sunlight. You look sick. Come on out." Owned, Chris.
Owned.
Commandol says he's warned Gen not to call him old man.
Yeah.
What do you want with me anyway? Bringing these delinquents with you. Are we delinquents because we're young or because we're the leaders of the Liberation Army?
We are the rebels. So yes and yes.
Okay.
But he may not know that.
Gremio is shocked that Commandol insulted the young master. Gremio says, "I can understand such language from Victor." Victor says, "Wait a minute and don't confuse the issue." Gen then no-sells all of that and doubles down. "Hey geezer, do you know the Duran Rapids? I was going to ask you how can they be navigated, but come to think of it, a senile old fool like you wouldn't have a clue, right?" And he's laying this shit on thick, man. Is this like a trying to bully someone into doing what you want?
Yeah, he's
type
trying to lay out,
scenario?
he's trying to present this man a challenge that he can overcome in order for Gen to get his way.
Gen's really going hard. When one person... Oh, this is only like... Have you ever seen an argument where only one person is interested in escalation where the other is just like taking it and
Yeah.
not really reacting to it? Such as any customer service experience you can remember.
Yes.
Commandol screams at Gen to watch his mouth, then suggests he can do anything with time and money. Chris, is there anything you can't do with time and money?
Personally,
Yes.
with time and money, wow.
both of them.
No, I can't think of
You
anything.
can do anything.
No.
That's great.
Yeah.
Fucking Commandol feels the same way. Flik says, "So there's a way," which has the same energy of when Mary Swanson tells Lloyd Christmas he has a 1 in a million chance of ending up with him.
Yes.
Commandol says he'll show us, then says we can step inside. We're going to go in this guy's house.
Yeah.
What do you think we're going to find? Jars of toenails, jars of piss,
It's just a regular house.
regular old house.
Yeah. No alchemy basement either.
I mean, he has one lazy boy, a bunch of shelving with strange instruments, and a giant furnace. A giant furnace is a fucked thing to have in your house.
Yeah, it's
considering
true.
no one else says. It's a unique asset. We party out. Commandol says, "Look at this. This will get you over the rapids." He then steps out of the way to show us that furnace. I think. Gremio asks what that is, and Commandol replies, "It's a machine that moves by burning oil."
Oh, a computer.
Yes, that's what my computer does. Kind of, if LG&E is still burning coal. Flik thinks a machine that runs on oil sounds ridiculous. I should behead Flik. Victor is picking up what Commandol's putting down and says, "So if you attach this to a boat, you can travel upstream." I think all of the boats in this world are wooden, right? If you put like a 2-ton furnace gas engine in a boat, isn't that going to affect the physics? Or do we not worry about these things?
Well, if it's generating enough power to keep it moving forward,
Yeah,
then
but buoyancy. Fignet, at what point
I don't know shit about
does weight overpower buoyancy when trying to construct your own boat? This surely won't take you 20 minutes to figure out.
is that a real question?
Initializing FakeNet.
This is known as Archimedes' principle, which states that any body completely or partially submerged in a fluid at rest is acted upon by an upward, or buoyant, force, the magnitude of which is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by the body. For example, a ship that is launched sinks into the ocean until the weight of the water it displaces is just equal to its own weight. As the ship is loaded, it sinks deeper, displacing more water, and so the magnitude of the buoyant force continuously matches the weight of the ship and its cargo.
Yeah, it's a real question.
Okay.
I'm gonna really solve it. Excuse me, the FakeNet just solved it for us.
Okay.
It's also why poop floats in the ocean.
Yeah?
Commodore says, hell yes, and that's how it works. Gen chimes in. Okay, then, let's take this to Plumy Lamar.
What?
Promi Lamb?
Oh.
Promium Lobby. Gen sounds like he's hosting a podcast and can't remember the name of the blacksmith in Termina from 2 seasons ago.
Yes.
Commodore helps Gen out. Premier Leamore, you idiot. Gen replies, shut up. Who can remember a stupid name like that? Let's go to Rikon. And again, I love the grumpy old men shit these two guys are. This is actually some much needed personality in this game right now of just two warring neighbors who hate each other.
Yeah.
One's accidentally invented the gas engine.
That's true. We haven't had much of a personality come into our lives lately, except for hating ass Flik.
Yeah, and I need an alternate flavor of scoundrel other than Victor. I need a purpose-driven one as opposed to a revenge-driven scoundrel.
A boat guy.
A boat guy. Yeah, everybody needs a fuck. Well, I don't know. Boat guys are annoying as shit, right?
They can be. They're also strong and they can help you move a couch.
And they're good at, they have they know how to use anchors and stuff like that too. Skills that I would never have, boat guys can have, but they don't wear socks a lot of the time.
Yeah, but they're okay with touching bugs.
Shrimp are not, I guess shrimp are bugs, aren't they?
No, I mean, don't you
Worms.
have to live bait and whatnot? If you're a boat guy or you're a fishing guy?
I mean, if you're a boat guy, that's like worms and worms for fresh water and then like shrimp for salt water and minnows and shit like that, right? Like bugs are not, you're not putting crickets on them.
Yeah.
FakeNet, are crickets viable bait?
Initializing FakeNet.
Yes, crickets generally are considered one of the most effective baits for both sunfish and catfish. They are especially effective for big bluegill in the summer and late fall.
FakeNet's working hard.
I don't know why I'm asking you these
Had
questions.
a few weeks off.
Commodore tells us to take good care of this machine because it's fragile, and the gang can't believe they have to carry a gasoline engine to Rikon. Commodore joins the party, and I kick Taiho out.
Commodore joined the party, and Gen has already joined the party, right?
Yeah, that means they're in our party. We got to get some facts, Chris.
We got to get some facts already? So, yeah, it is true that, they're not necessarily agreeing to join the Liberation Army, but like many of our other characters, they're just going to be around for a while.
Man, when old men in our world over 70 and this world over 40 have an invention in their basement, they are begging to tell anyone their story.
Listen to my story.
So this, to have a practical reason that doesn't make any sense to me, but Commodore thinks this is a viable alternative to pass rapids in a boat, something no one in this planet has accomplished yet, so there's been no contact with cities below this via seafaring civilization.
Yeah, how does trade work?
Don't think about that.
I won't. Okay, let's talk.
There's no trade and there's no church in this game either, so I don't know what... Chris, tell me about Gen.
Gen is the Chiman star, the full star, full of boats.
Not half a gold star, it's a full star.
Yeah, he's age 26. His weapon, a saw. I think he's not the first person to have a saw as a weapon.
No, your character in Bloodborne has if you selected your weapon properly.
Probably. The saw starts off as being named the light steel, then the regular steel, then the heavy steel.
Have they invented steel in this world?
Well, Gen has.
All right.
He can participate in both the carpenter attack and the fatal attack. So the fatal attack sounds pretty strong.
Is carpenter attack just like staple gunning stuff to guys' foreheads?
Beating guys with boards, hacksaw Jim Duggan's kind of shit. Waving the American flag.
Fucking nailed 2x4.
Having no clothes on.
Duggan wore a Speedo.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Fucking pure naked WWE's band, Chris.
Yeah, it's true. He will join the team in our war battles of the Carpenters, along with his boy Commandal and a yet-to-be-met character. His battle cry is, heh, so who wants to lose his life? His death quote, I'll see you in hell.
Great.
He can't die, though, because he's pretty much anybody who has a role in the story cannot die.
So he's bluffing. He will not see them in hell.
No, he won't. I mean, he will, but not, at least not during the events of this game.
He'll just hang out with Mayor McCheese.
Did I forget anything?
I don't know.
Probably not. Next, we have Commandal, or as they know, as he is known in Japan, Commandoru.
I was hoping you were going to say Common Rider, but I guess I'm not that lucky.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He's a cheery star in this game, the Star of Justice, the star of having a monocle on his face. He's 55 years old, so he's half dead.
Yeah.
He is, of course, an alchemist. His weapon is the rod.
Is that for casting magic or for hitting?
Hitting. The steed rod, the master rod, or the rod of Hermes.
Fast rod.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Unite attacks. He can participate in the fatal attack. I guess he's him and his neighbor can
kill people,
beat ass together. Maybe that's why they're always angry at each other, because they can't decide where to bury the bodies. He's also on the Carpenter's team, and his battle cry is, "I'm in the middle of my studies." His death quote, "This must be divine providence."
As a matter of ethics, I think if you kill people, you only bury the body of your comrades. If you kill people and you don't respect them, you throw it in a river or something, or you just leave it there. Right?
I guess so. Yeah, that makes sense. I've never thought about this before because I've never been in that situation, but if you have, I won't tell anybody.
Okay.
Carry on.
We go to Rikon, where music Rising Tide continues to play. Tyr auto walks all over the town, which is a little weird, but then gets in the center of town and we all party out. Mm-hmm. Commandol tells us to unload the equipment right here in the field in the middle of the town. We're going to debut our oil engine.
Yeah.
Flik walks over and plops it on the ground. Then Victor says, "Thank God I can bid this load farewell."
Mm-hmm. Great.
Flik thinks it was tough to fight with this load on his back, which is a fun thing to picture, a guy with a gasoline engine swatting away Holly Boys or something.
Yeah.
Gen calls Commandol a geezer again and says they need to get back to work. Gen then says, "Tyr, you're all getting in the way, so why don't you go to the inn or something? Don't worry, you'll have a shiny vessel in no time."
Shiny vessel.
We then walk to the front of the inn and then party out. Flik says, "Damn that old man, making me carry such a heavy load." Victor is also exhausted, and Gremio wants to call it an early night. We go inside the inn. Theme of a moonlit night plays. We're all in bed.
Yeah, we're having a bedtime chat, right?
Victor's fast asleep, tossing out Z's. Flik says wheeze. Gremio throws out some dots, then gets out of bed. He walks to the center of the room, then proceeds to look around. He then moves over to Tyr's bed and says, "Young master, I, Gremio, have taken care of you since you were a tiny boy. Sometimes I feel as if you were my little brother. No, my son, even. Initially, I wanted to repay my debt to Master Tio, but now, perhaps you no longer need me to protect you."
Wow, Eric.
Uh-oh, Chris.
That's ominous.
My guy's lost his purpose. What's he going to do? Gremio then moves to go back to bed, and then it fades to black. And I can't think of anything more... Like, I've had sleep paralysis dreams we've talked about before. If I'm sleeping and someone is towering over me, like, considering the meaning of life, that's fucked. You shouldn't do that to somebody.
It sucks, man.
Yeah.
My kid does that to me. He
poking your face, "Dad, wake up, it's Christmas."
No, like, he knows he should be quiet in the morning, like if he's trying to figure out if it's time to wake up yet, which he knows because there's a fucking alarm clock in his room. But he'll sneak in the room and be super quiet, and then just like get right up in my face, and then I'll open my eyes and he'll just be staring at me. And be, "Dad, what time is it?"
Dad.
I'm like,
"Dad,
you have a watch, son. Stop doing that."
Kids can't use watches. Everybody knows that. The next morning, there's birds chirping. Everybody's already awake, and Flik wonders how Gen and his crew of one guy are doing. We party in. I go outside and Rising Tide resumes. The gang is standing still at a dock next to our sailboat. The sails are still blowing in the breeze, and also on the boat despite the engine Commandol may have just invented. Gen says, "Take a look, we worked all through the night. The boat looks exactly the same." Commandol thinks it was for shame that an old man had to work like this. Gen suggests we do a launching ceremony. We all party in, and I get ready for this launching ceremony. But I choose to board a boat first. I can't wait to see the ceremony. I go to the world map. There is no goddamn
There's no ceremony.
No, nothing.
No. The ceremony
Not even
is
music.
The ceremony is you taking the boat on the world map. Sorry.
Tiny characters in huge world plays. I go down and ford the whirlpool. Fording the river always got my dumbass killed in Oregon Trail. How about you, Chris?
Yeah, you never do that. You just shoot bears until you can't carry all their meat.
Fucking bear meat. I do it and travel past the whirlpool. The game does not acknowledge that anything different has happened. Lost opportunity, especially after the dragon riding scene in the Futch episode 12 episodes ago.
Mm-hmm.
I park my shit at some place called Liukan's Hermitage.
Yes, I love Hermitage. Have you ever been to a Hermitage before?
Yeah, Radius had one in Chrono Cross.
Oh, I've been to Andrew Jackson's Hermitage.
What was that like?
Pretty sad.
Give me one Andrew Jackson fact.
He killed a lot of people.
That's right.
Yeah, and he's a bad person.
Of course.
And you shouldn't celebrate him.
But he's the only president from Kentucky. Well, no, there's multiple.
No, he's not from. Well, is he?
I think so. No, it's Zachary Taylor. Never mind.
Initializing fake net.
Neither Zachary Taylor nor Andrew Jackson are from Kentucky. Idiot.
His Hermitage historical place is in near Nashville. And I went there one time because I didn't actually know it was Andrew Jackson's Hermitage. I just knew there was a place called the Hermitage because it was a wonder in Civ 5. And we had like 3 hours to kill, and I was like, let's go to the Hermitage.
From Civ 5.
From Civ 5.
From CIV 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it turns out it was Andrew Jackson, and it's, you know.
What a historical revelation that was, Chris.
It was great.
Rising tide plays when we get out. This place is a thick haze of fog drifting around the screen. I go up the first set of stairs on the left, and I find 2 ricks of firewood and 2 white clay pots. Awesome.
Yes.
I'm so excited to see clay pots and firewood.
Do you love pissing in pots?
I don't think that I've pissed in a pot.
Don't think I have either.
I should fix that. I should get like a Folgers can or something and just see what it's like. But it makes a nice sound.
Yeah.
Fignet, play the sound of piss going in a pot, please.
Initializing fake net.
You are disgusting. I am disgusted.
I go down those stairs, then up some more stairs. It's a single building with an item shop sign on the other side of the screen. Are there any 2 buildings with signs detached like this? Have you seen that before?
No, I don't think so. Everything else has a sign etched above its entryway.
Yeah. An old man with a cane and a long beard and a brown fit is haunched outside overlooking the nearby cliff. I speak to this man. It's Liukan. Portrait character. Bald as shit. Huge beard obscures the face part of his face mouth.
Ho, ho, ho.
He says, so it appears I tried to isolate myself to no avail, which is what I picture Chris saying whenever he tries to play video games while his children are awake.
Yeah, that's true. This man's very tired of making drugs, apparently.
Yes.
Like, which, I mean, it seems like he had a noble cause, but yet he still wants to get the fuck out of here.
I mean, every drug manufacturer eventually tires of that life, right? Which is they can't do it, but they're trapped because it's their only income and they can't be bothered to get a real job because they're on the wanted list, stuff like that.
Yeah, the Sackler family.
Yeah, well, I mean, they should be killed. I don't want to kill Liu Kang
in
Minecraft. Grimio was like, what the hell are you talking about, man? As Chris said, you want me to prepare some medicine. I'm tired of all of that. Chris, what all of that are you tired of?
Just, healing sick people, making children be able to see. He's tired of all that kind of stuff.
I know, but what are you tired of?
Personally?
What all of that are you tired of?
Oh, all of that? Oh, you're really laying it on me right there.
We got to get you back in fighting shape, man.
I know.
You got some time off.
What am I... give me a second.
What are you sick of? What shit can you not stand anymore? What all of that are you tired of? What grinds your gears? What are you mad as hell about and you're not going to take it anymore? Except you are.
Okay, I couldn't think of anything during the recording process, but I thought of something while editing. I'm sick and tired of the Commonwealth of Kentucky state legislator, specifically the Senate leader, Robert Stivers, who was some asshole elected by 37,000 people, who is an absolute asshole obstructionist who obstructs and won't even bring bills to a vote that he knows will pass because of the fucking stupid rules in the state about that shit. There's no sports gambling, no medical marijuana. He's constantly waging a war on the city of Louisville. I don't know why. I guess because a bunch of libs live here. I hate Robert Stivers. I also hate Damon Thayer, another legislator. He unblocked me on Twitter. You fucking piece of shit. Stop it. Stop doing this. Okay, though.
Grumio chimes in. Please, sir, we must have an antidote to the poisonous flowers of Milich's castle. Great.
Yeah.
Another voice chimes in off screen. That kind of antidote would be very inconvenient as music Unknown 5 or possibly Unknown 1 begins to play. Victor's like, yo, who's there? Then somebody on a dragon flies in from the sky as Theme for a Narcissist plays. As who lands, Chris?
It's Milich himself. He's flown in on a goddamn dragon, which I believe is just black, but not black.
Right, it's not fudge. It's just another dragon.
Yes. By the way, we never see Milich's dragon ever again. I don't know where he got one.
It's a disposable dragon. I thought single-use dragon.
I thought the ability to pilot a dragon was a sacred duty, yet Milich has somehow...
Well, it can also be a flex just to use one for transportation and not for any kind of military need.
Yeah. We had no other way to get Milich here. Because, I mean, Milich doesn't have an engine to sail the rapids.
No, of course not. You can't travel by land.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, he's here.
says, how do you do? I'm the most renowned of the 5 great Imperial generals. Milich Oppenheimer, the Flower General.
We say, yeah, I know. We've been through your closet.
Yeah, right. Even if he weren't the most renowned, he's the kind of motherfucker who would call himself the most renowned.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the theme of narcissism is playing after all.
Of course. Gremio no-sells how we have the bad guy alone and isolated right here. We can kill him whenever we want. And Gremio instead says, the greatest of the 5 generals is Tio.
Yes. He would say that.
Milich retorts, oh my, this must be Tio's lowly servant.
This here is Tyr McDull's son.
Your father must be in tears to know that his son is a traitor to the Empire. Victor then chimes in with a sick burn. Hey, you peacock man. What's your business here?
Yeah?
Milich replies, oh yes, I nearly forgot. It just won't do to have you render my sweet flowers poison useless. I shall invite Dr. Liukan, who is not Dr. Liu Kang, over to my impenetrable Soniere prison.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think invite's the right word there, or that's just like a flowery show of like, I'm going to invite this man to prison?
Yeah, I think he's being Milich. I mean, he's using that language to...
Liukan shoves it back, like hell you will. Milich then says not to be shy, and they have to go now. Then he says, in a sentence with a bunch of weird spacing issues, Tyr, I'm not a sissy like Kwanda, you know. Well then, space, goodbye, everybody.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah. This game does it a couple times.
I think it might be in sentences where your custom name is involved because it leaves space in the boxes in case you have like a 6-character name instead of a 3-character name. Maybe.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
That's the best I can put together for that shit. Then Milich collects Liukan, gets on the dragon, and the dragon makes the elephant noise as it flies away.
Bye, elephant.
Rising Tide plays as Flik assesses the situation. He says, how humiliating, having him snatched away from in front of our eyes. Victor knows Soniere prison, of course, and it's tough to break into.
Yes.
I'm upset there's no discussion about why our 6 world warriors didn't just gut this dude right here.
Yeah,
there's a dragon.
Yeah, he didn't... I mean, this wasn't Stallion coming in and grabbing the man and running away. This was just some dude on dragon.
Yeah, I choose to believe the dragon intimidated our folks into not moving. Gremio thinks we need to go ask Matthew for some advice, which should be the plan for virtually any potential point of conflict in this game.
Yes.
For the time being, let's return to Fuckhouse Castle. I go to Liukan's home and take the black paint out of his only treasure chest here.
I need that paint.
I rob him.
Yes, of his black paint. The only place on this earth where you can find black paint. Yeah, let's pop back to the castle. Now, when I went back to my castle, my tour, yes, I think this is the first time I experienced the new music. A glorious fortress on the water. I guess our castle is up to level 3 now. It's a little bit bigger. I think we've already explored it, though, in this podcast. We go back and speak with Matthew. He comes back with an idea. He tells me, which he just knows these things, that there's a counterfeiter in Beer Blanche, which is anti, named Kimberly. He says to get her and a scrivener named Tesla to join us. Not Nikolai Tesla, played by David Bowie, nor the car, but just a guy named Tesla. We've met Kimberly before. He gives us a letter of introduction to Kimberly.
Grimbly. Yo, what's up, Grimbly?
Grimbly Donner. Gremio wonders what is up with this plan, and Matthew says, let's save that pleasure for later. Receive Matthew's letter.
This whole operation would be dust if Matthew wasn't here. He's our top ideas man and our battle strategist.
Why isn't he giving us the information of what is to come? Like, why is he not telling us his plan and just saying deliver this letter? Is there a reason? I think there's a reason.
He wants Tyr to see the world and recruit people.
That's true, but also I think he doesn't want Flik in on the. He knows how Kimberly is going to react, and he knows there's a handsome man along with us. So
Flik is a handsome man?
Yes.
Okay, didn't know that. He looks like shit to me. So
then we can go back to Anti, where the song that Anti plays.
First, I win 500,000 more bits from Gaspar and upgrade everybody's armor again.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for doing
Peaceful
that.
People is the song you're looking for.
Yes, Peaceful People plays as we go back to Anti and we go to Kimberly's house in the eastern part of this city. We go into Kimberly and hand over the letter, and Kimberly reads the letter and spits many lines of dots, followed by a trio of question marks. She then mentions that she cannot read and asks what it says.
This game, dude.
Great gag.
Yeah, excellent. By the way, I'm illiterate.
Yeah, sorry. Gremio seems as if he cannot believe this shit. Also me, I am aghast as well. Gremio reads the letter for her. Kimberly says that she sees Matthew is up to his old tricks again. Kimberly sizes us up when determining if she's going to join. She stops, though, in front of Flik as a theme of perversion plays.
Let's get weird.
As Kimberly begins to become perverted. She calls Flik a handsome fellow. See, I told you. He was handsome.
Oh, I see.
He's a hot boy. She will join if
Is
Flik...
she a hot girl?
I think she's supposed to be a hot girl.
Okay.
She will join Flik if Flik promises to take her to dinner. Flik darts to the back of the room. Flik says he can't. He has someone.
He starts stuttering too.
Flik, your girlfriend's dead. It's okay. You can date.
Was him and Odessa a two-way thing, or was he pining for her?
No, I think it was a two-way thing.
Okay. All right.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know if that's true because, Odessa said Tyr's the only person who understands her despite never literally saying a word to her, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, he's got those eyes,
Yeah.
Eyes on her and me. Victor steps in and tells Kimberly that she can do what she wants with Flik, which is a little bit of a
great.
Wow. Flik can't believe this shit.
Take one for the team, buddy.
But Kimberly is prepared to seal the deal. She says, quote, "Come here, pretty boy."
So he's a hot boy and a pretty boy.
Yes. She inches towards Flik and darts after him. The screen then fades to black.
He kind of backs away.
Yeah.
And begs her to wait a minute.
When the screen fades back in, Flik and Kimberly are sitting at the table drinking some sake, it appears.
It's in her dining room.
Yes, the same room. We've got some perhaps unique sprite work here, or at least some palette swaps going on here. They are there is a couple of sake. What are they called? Just the cups. Cup. Okay, I'm just gonna go with cup.
Fignet, is there a special name for a sake cup?
Initializing Fignet.
The cups used for drinking sake are generally small cylindrical vessels called ochoko or choko.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I want to point out Kim's always wearing a pink robe, like a woman of leisure. Just always in the robe.
Yes. I read it as more of like a traditional like
kimono type thing?
Yeah.
It's a possibility. Yeah. I like her opening line. Come on, fill my cup with your load, handsome.
She didn't say load.
Say the load part, I'm sorry.
Come on, fill my cup, handsome. Flik abides. Kimberly, they're actually animating all
His
this.
His elbows are on the table and he's leaning forward. Yeah.
Kimberly reminds him not to spill any. She takes a sip.
He says yes, ma'am, so he's intimidated by her as well.
And I think it's a
power dynamic.
I think it's a thing to pour your partner's sake for them. Like I think that's a thing.
Oh, that's like a gesture of like we're on a date and I'm taking my labor to fill your cup.
Yeah, something like that. I think that's a thing. Yeah. Next, she demands that Flik take a drink. She says, "Your cup's still full. Come on, drink up. Or can't you drink tea with a beautiful woman?" Eric, it's not tea.
I mean, when she's saying, "Do you want?" Oh, are you saying it was localized away from tea? Like it actually was sake.
Yeah, it's obviously wine. It's some sort of wine.
Is "Will you fill my cup" a metaphor? Does she really want to be filled with something else?
Yeah, she wants to be filled with
Okay, with both.
With Flik.
That's right. I was going to say this isn't like a budding romance. This is a one night stand opportunity.
Yes.
Okay.
Also a gag at Flik's expense.
Was it more sexualized in the Japanese version? Like this is serious. I was fucking around earlier, but do you think like the implications were deeper in the Japanese version, where that shit gets kind of ironed out in the 1996 American release?
I don't. I mean, I think I don't know if it was more explicit or not, but I think the implication was like the original implication was that she wants to fuck him
and not just tea time for two. Okay.
Yes. Flik flaps his hand in front of his face as if he's wafting a fart. He's very nervous, but accepts the drink, bows his head, and says, "Good grief."
Before that, he also had a spelling error where he said, "Yours cup still full."
Yes. The next morning, Kimberly is ready to head to Toran Castle.
It's the next morning, by the way.
Yeah, it is the next morning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Flik wonders how she can stay out all night and still look good, which is a weird thing to say to her at this point in time. When
Stay out all night's doing a lot of heavy lifting there.
Oh, yeah.
Staying up all night, perhaps, is the better term there.
Kimberly wants to know what Flik is talking about. Quote, "You're still tired, pretty boy." So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
They did it, Chris.
They did it.
Somebody did something.
Yeah. Kimberly mentions that Tesla is here in this town too, but he is using the name of Albert.
He also says he's here in this room, and I'm like, the room we were just in?
Oh, I got town, but maybe who knows with this game.
Yeah. I could have sworn it was room because I was like, he was invisible watching us have tea? What's happening? Maybe I wrote that down incorrectly. It's been known to happen. I am starting to hallucinate while playing this game.
Yeah, it's true. Kimberly heads out after telling Pretty Boy that they'll have dinner again after he returns to the castle. Flik says, no thanks.
Did we talk about the name Albert?
Yes, we did. Kimberly joins. Hell yeah, we got Kimberly on our team. You want to hear about Kimberly?
Yeah.
Kimberly is the Chiku star, the cunning star. That kind of works.
Yeah.
She's age 32. She's, of course, her occupation, which is on this page, a forger is what they call her. Her weapon is a knife. And perhaps problematically, her weapon starts as the kitchen knife, the silver kitchen knife, or the gold kitchen knife. Strange.
That's a little unfortunately sexist for a woman that was previously just in command of her own destiny right there.
Yeah.
Like, you have kitchen tools for your...
She has no unite attacks, which isn't there like a beautiful lady attack that we talked about earlier? I guess she's not considered
That's
beautiful.
a slight.
Yeah, it is. What the hell? Just because she's a criminal doesn't mean she can't participate in beautiful lady attacks. She joins the team of fishermen's, along with Tai-Ho and Yamku in terms of the war battles.
That's weird.
I don't know. She just got there's no other fisher.
Yeah, slaughter in
there. Her battle cry is "Any handsome men in the Imperial Army?" ?
Okay, great.
Her death quote is "I'll take a little rest now." Neither of these are actually used in the game. Did we say everything else?
No, I just wanted to confirm. I wrote, remember where I said room and you had town?
Yeah.
I wrote this room. Did Kim mean this town? She said room. I double checked. I am going insane.
Oh, okay. Well,
so, I saw what I saw.
Sometimes I don't actually read the words that are in front of me. I read the words that my brain tells me to read.
Yeah, I do the opposite. So you figure out what they said.
Yeah. Anyway.
Peaceful people resumes as I go in the house north of Kim's. There's a person wearing a brown, long, dark coat and a blue shirt, complete with a blue hat. We party out, and this is Albert, who doesn't appear to have a portrait. Albert, and I'm doing air quotes, says, "Who are you people? I'm just a normal, quiet, ordinary citizen in this town." Victor says, "Cut the shit. You're Tesla the scrivener?" You said scrivener. I say scrivener. Do we know how that word's actually?
I'm pretty sure it's scrivener.
Okay. Fuck your pronunciation. I'm saying what I want.
Well, it's fine with me.
Okay.
I'm not even going to ask the fake net.
Albert, I am.
Okay.
Fake net, how do you say it?
Initializing fake net.
Scrivener.
Fake net, how do you say it? I want the real pronunciation.
Initializing fake net.
Scrivener.
Great. Albert says, "Goodness no, my name is Albert Onyx. My people have lived here for generations." Victor then, Victor's so crafty, he's like, "Oh yeah? What's your mother's name?" And this is very funny to me.
Yes.
The guy replies, "Her name is Marianne Onyx." Victor's like, "How about your father? I mean, your dad." Albert struggles to make some shit up and says it was Alan Onyx. Victor's like, "Yo, grandmother." And Albert says, "Leia Onyx." Victor then says, "Hey, Tesla." My guy replies, "Yes, Victor did it. He used some Bugs Bunny shit to make him admit his own name."
Got yo dumbass.
He overcorrects and says his name isn't Tesla, but it's too late.
Yep.
Why are we recruiting these people we have to brain trick?
Because
they have one skill.
They have one. Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Everyone on this planet has one skill that's useful, and we're just trying to find all of them based on destiny.
You know how when you need somebody to notarize your shit?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I have an HVAC guy, I have a plumbing guy, I have a car guy. You can befriend various guys who you know will give you the quality of service that you desire.
These are Matthew's guys.
God damn, I didn't think about that. Great metaphor, Chris. Victor asks if he gives up. Tesla gives up and earns a portrait.
Yeah.
It's a guy with a long face, messy hair, and a blue hat. Very thin mustache and a permanent frown. Tesla speaks, "All right, Matthew wants me, right? I prefer to lead a quiet life." Victor tells Tesla to stop yapping and get ready to leave. Tesla says, "Okay, my God, how unlucky I am. I hope he has to hang out with Gaspar." But Tesla says, led back to a life of crime, Tesla joins. Chris, Tesla just joined. Tell me all about my man, Tesla, no last name.
He is the Chiban star. That is the learned star. He's a learned man, I guess. He is age 31. He cannot join your team, Eric. I'm sorry about that. But he can participate in the war battles as part of the team of carpenters with our boy Gen and Kamadal. His battle cry, which is not used, is I don't. And his death quote is, "It wasn't even my business."
It's like an extension of the Shaggy song.
Yeah, it wouldn't be. That's really about it. He has no real role in the game. He just is a guy. Like he made top Giovanni for most useless person.
I wrote these notes a month ago at this point, and I forgot this happened entirely. I remembered Kim, but I was like, this could have been incepted in my notes, and I wouldn't have noticed.
Yeah, I don't know if he appears.
108 guys.
Yeah, he may appear again later for some purpose, but don't think so. Anyway, we got him.
Victor gets kind of chuffed by Tesla leaving to go by himself. He says, "What else is there to do? He doesn't want to travel with us. Shucks, treating people as if they were bandits."
You know why he can't travel with us?
Because Victor scared him too much?
Because he can't participate in combat.
That's right.
Yep.
Good point. Actually, yeah, that is the reason. People just walk to the castle. Gremio says we should be going back to Fuck House Castle soon.
Yeah?
So I go.
Yeah, let's go back to our glorious fortress on the water.
That's playing.
Mm-hmm. Matthew welcomes us back. He's here with our 2 new recruits. He says that they have made all of the necessary preparations. Kimberly and Tesla did great work, according to him. Kimberly declares that she is a perfectionist. Tesla says, I too did well.
I think it's interesting that Kimberly steps forward to declare that and Tesla steps backwards.
Yeah.
So one is into it and one is reluctant.
It is a funny little gag there. Matthew tells us that what he has here are forged imperial papers. Milich's signature, the official imperial seal, it's all there, perfectly forged. With these papers, we can walk right on in to Soniere prison.
I don't know, Chris. Seems French.
Receive fake orders. As we depart, we can speak with Kimberly, who guarantees the perfection of the forged seal, but Tesla says don't blame him if this doesn't work.
You ever forged anything? Did you ever have to get a parent sign something and forge it?
I don't think I don't recall ever trying to do that.
I never did either.
I was too much of a chicken wuss to want to do something like that.
Forging my parents' signature seemed like the ultimate betrayal to both teacher and parent, and I couldn't have both those strikes against me.
Yeah, it's a federal offense. I don't want to go to jail.
You go to jail for that shit.
Yeah. We're on our way to Soniere Prison. Would you like to hear some lore about that place?
Of course.
Soniere Prison was built in the year 347 as the largest and most securely guarded prison in Toran. The prison was built by the prisoners of Gaia Prison.
This is a slave-built prison, Chris?
Which was destroyed after Soniere was completed, I guess. Soniere...
The Gaia theory?
Itself served as the Scarlet Moon Empire's maximum security prison for serious criminals and political prisoners. Most light criminals are sent to the Banner Mines for forced labor. Soniere Prison has been destroyed twice in its history. The first destruction happened when Joustin advanced far into Kunin, forcing the Imperial Army to retreat into Soniere. Soniere was burned down during that siege. The second destruction occurred when the master thief, Wilburn, led thousands of his followers to revolt within the prison. Wilburn burned the prison down, and over 300 trapped prison guards and prisoners died in the blaze. Thank you, Suikosource.com. That's probably from the Suikoden Kiwami.
So we're gonna fight some ghosts here?
We're going to fight some fucking playing cards and shit.
Okay, great.
Maybe.
Excellent.
Anyway, we can go there now. I was able to teleport there via Vicky because I'd already popped in here before.
Yeah, I think we did a world tour earlier when we were trying to hunt Holly Boys.
Yes. And we arrive and Gates place because we were at a fortress.
A big goddamn green field.
Yes. I approach the guards. One of them tells me that this is where the Empire throws their enemies.
Yeah.
The other one tells me that there's a creature in here that has opal, which you'll remember we are looking for opal to recruit a certain character that we met earlier, I believe.
It's Esmeralda, Chris. It's a clue. What could the monster be? Is it only one monster? How am I supposed to know?
I don't know. As we try to enter, Victor tells the guards that we carry orders from General Milich himself.
Oh shit, he presents the papers.
Yes, we enter, and we are treated to the sneaking music.
Invasion.
Place.
Despite the fact that we're here illegally.
Intrusion.
It's not an invasion, Chris. We have papers.
Yeah, but there's still going to be battles.
For a prison, this is a pretty nice place. There's ornate flooring. It fits Milich's tastes.
What team do you have here? Do you remember? We have to have Flik, Victor, and Gremio, so you only get 2 choices.
I probably
here.
brought Kai for his team up with Tyr and kill everything move.
Yeah?
I don't remember.
I have Pawn and Hellion.
Oh, yeah, no, I still have Pawn too.
Yeah.
Right. The first thing I have listed is the enemies we fought here.
Yes, me too.
Red slime. It's like blue slime from earlier,
yes,
but red. Mm-hmm. It lurches forward and slams. It's king of the slams, Chris.
Sure.
I got good news and I got bad news. Good news is Mom's still alive. Bad news is she's sleeping with my boss, Raj, king of the slams.
There's also Nightmare.
Yeah, that's a monster playing card. It's like
also
a Joker.
It's Boss of Soul Calibur.
Yes, Nightmare. It's Age of History, etc.
It's wearing a purple jester hat from Knights from the game Knights.
Yes?
The best game of all time. I'm not being sarcastic. It spins around and reveals a spell that it will then execute.
Yeah, it's pretty strong, actually.
Chris, it has the opal.
It does.
The jewel that we desire is its drop.
The treasure which can be stolen.
How many of these fucking things do you have to fight to get the opal, Chris?
It's like the first or second one.
Okay. Well, Chris, this wasn't happening for me, so I started Googling it, and this is unsighted, but do you know what I learned?
What did you learn?
The drops are determined by the first monster you kill. And this thing is usually in the back, and I was killing slimes first, so I was never getting the drop. Took me an hour to get the opal, Chris.
Wow, you didn't come across any independent
Solos?
groups of these?
I did, but it didn't happen for me.
Well, Eric, I'm sorry that happened to you.
What's funny is I was so overjoyed about getting the opal, I left and went back to the castle to save my game for free at Marie's Hotel.
Yeah.
Then I came back and fought one of these and got another opal.
Yes, of course you did. Yeah. So we'll go recruit Esmeralda later, I guess. Did you fight a Delph?
Yeah, it's a pot.
Yep, and a Viperman.
Viper Man, please.
Who I think he plays a flute.
Yeah, I've got Genie Snake musician.
Yeah, that works.
I don't know what any things did because at this point I was one-shotting every single enemy.
Yep. Now, the first floor of this prison is decorated more like a castle. Like, it's very decorative. It's very militarized. Militarized?
Militarized.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Great.
To become of Millich.
Yes, complete with a save point and fine dining. They're serving wine here, it seems.
There's a whole lot of desks in this prison.
Yeah,
There's no cells in the first couple of floors, and you think it's like a purely administrative thing for prisoner processing and dissection or something like that. A lot of dual candelabras guarding each door. It's very nice. What, did you find any good treasures here?
I found an old book, volume 6.
Fuck yeah, and I got a silver necklace.
I can't read. We still can't read our books because we don't have a librarian yet.
No, we don't.
No.
Eventually, I find a door with a lever. I move to flip the lever, but nothing happens, no matter which side I approach it from. I give up, then decide to just walk through the door. At which point, Tyr auto walks over to the lever and throws it, which opens the door.
Yes.
Go down a huge
staircase. It should say Grimia will remember this.
Yeah, right. I go down a huge staircase, then begin to wonder where all the prisoners are in this prison. It's just hallways, and the same hallways of every floor. Every day is once again the same dream.
Yes, there's more portraits of Millich down here, by the way.
Yes.
I have, I mentioned before, but I have Hellion here with me, our old lady who gave us the blinking mirror and is a powerful mage. She has very high magic property. She actually comes pre-loaded with the Mother Earth rune, which is a stronger version of the Earth rune. And I used the level 1 spell, Voice of Earth, which is normally the level 2 spell for the regular Earth rune.
Oh, that sounds dandy.
And it causes the ground to Kirby suck up all the enemies, chew them up, and spit them out for a very high amount of damage. So whenever I felt like just murdering all enemies, I just used that. It was great.
It both sucks and then blows.
Yes, just like Kirby.
That's right.
Kirby in the Forgotten Land, now available for the Nintendo Switch.
I bought that.
I did too, and my children have not given it back to me because they played it constantly.
Eventually, I make it to a floor with a few cells. Each one has a bed, a desk, and a pot that I must imagine is where all the doo-doo and pee-pee go.
Yes.
The beds have stains. All of the cells are empty. All of them, there are no prisoners. On the wall, there's a suit of armor with a sword next to 2 chairs. Why have armor and a weapon in a jail block, Chris?
No, because you got to look fancy.
I go down one more floor and find 2 soldiers in front of another set of parts. That can't be right. They ask who Tyr is, and we get into a fight with 3 veteran soldiers, despite there only being 2 of them here. I keep running into more veteran soldiers in front of more iron bars, and I kill them all with ease.
Yeah, it's great. It's cold-blooded, actually.
Some of the soldiers are guarding empty rooms with 1 treasure chest, so I kill 5 grown men for a half helmet.
Yes.
The last group sounds scared for their lives, asking and stuttering why they ask if I want to fight.
It's just cold-blooded at this point.
I killed them for a 0 sound setting.
A sound setting 0, actually, Eric.
Thank you.
Jesus. In the final cell, we find our man, Liukan. That's who we're here to bust out.
Sewer dripping takes over the music.
I love sewer dripping. He notes that his time is up. He's prepared to die, and he won't miss this world. Same buddy. Flik tells him this will be a problem. We came to rescue you. Liukan recognizes us as those troublemakers who came to his house before.
We are responsible for him getting abducted, right? He just wanted to live in isolation, and instead he gets dragged and kidnapped and thrown in ultra jail.
Yes, it is our fault. It's all my fault, Liukan. Flik hits him with a whatever you say and says that right now we just have to get him out of here. Liukan says that he's beginning to miss the sunlight. He joins, but he doesn't join.
That's right.
Like the sound doesn't play, so he's not ours yet.
We get upstairs and back to the lever room. There's a guy with pink hair waiting for us. It's not hair, it's a goddamn hat. Shit, it's Millich Oppenheimer.
Yes.
Theme of Tension, Impact version plays. And he says, "Oh, we meet again. I dropped by to take a look after hearing some rats sneaked in, and it turned out to be you." Butcher says good timing. He wants to fight it out here and save time. 6v1, and we've already killed everybody here. It's a great idea.
Yeah, let's kill him.
Millich counters, my, how barbarous. I'm not bad with a sword, but right now I'm not in the mood. So I'll give you this instead. Millich then holds up something blue and it blings. Can you see what this is?
It's a bottle.
The bottle is filled with the spores of agony.
What a great name for spores.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Aren't they beautiful? It took a lot of work to fill this bottle. Did you know that these spores eat humans? Man-eating spores they are.
Yeah.
This fits with my guy's character of being like plant master.
Yeah.
Flik, an idiot, asks what Millich plans to do with this stuff. Millich replies, "Why, I plan to do this, of course." My guy then power smashes the bottle and says, "Oh dear, the bottle's broken. You must hurry or you'll be in big trouble. By the way, that's a dead end. So there's not much you can do. Now if you'll excuse me." Then Millich darts away through the south door. Victor chases after him, but we can't. Why?
Because he locked the door.
Oh, shit. Victor says run, they'll eat us.
Yes, they will. Somebody will. They're invisible.
So we all start running, but Gremio runs forward to throw the lever. Everyone but Tyr rushes to the other side of the room. Gremio begs Tyr to hurry and get on the other side. The sprite actually moves over to push Tyr through the door.
Mm-hmm.
Then Theme of Sadness, guitar version, plays as Gremio slams the door shut behind everyone else. Victor takes issue. My God, Gremio, come on out. What are you doing? Hurry. Gremio calmly tells Victor that the door can only be opened and closed from this side. Victor says, bullshit, we'll get by somehow, so hurry up and come. Gremio counters, no, it's too late. The spores are at my feet now. So if I open the door, and we get a choice, open the door, Gremio, or this is an order, Gremio.
I have a question about the mechanics of these spores first before we decided about the door. Is Gremio's plan to, like, just be eaten by the spores and the spores will be full and they won't eat anybody else? Like, do the spores have infinite eating ability or can they only eat so much before they're gone?
I was wondering about the ventilation system in the capital. So,
yeah.
Like, perhaps like they'll eat somebody and then just naturally die out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they have a short shelf life outside of their beaker tube thing.
Yeah.
But Gremio's plan, I think after Gremio had that heart-to-heart with himself in front of Tyr, his death drive was activated.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was a false premise, but Gremio decided in one argument, just one person said you're useless. He decided he would rather commit suicide, albeit nobly, than live without purpose. This is like if you felt your purpose in life was absent, and you didn't want to kill yourself, but like, yo, there's a tightrope over this alligator pit.
Yeah.
I'll just try to walk it. Who's to say what's going to happen, right? It's not killing yourself, but it is.
I believe they call those moments like Gremio had when he was waxing philosophical above Tyr's sleeping body. I believe they call those things like death flags.
Yeah.
This character is going to die because he is...
It's basic foreshadowing.
Yes, very, very much so. But yeah,
we
open the door, Gremio. You don't have the right. Oh, you don't have the right.
Which one did you pick?
I picked the open the door, Gremio.
No, I said this. Well, yeah, but we need to cut the cord. So I picked the first one, even though I know he's not.
Mm-hmm.
Gremio replies as only Gremio can. Young Master, for once I refuse to do as you ask. Young Master, can you hear me? I'm sorry I can't protect you anymore, but now that you've grown up, you no longer need my protection. So my man invented a premise and decided it was true.
Yes.
God damn it. Young Master, you make me proud. I wish Master Teo could see you now. What?
I don't think Master Teo wants to see me right now.
And what's going to happen when we see Teo is also we'll disappoint Gremio.
Yes, I think that my dad would be very upset with me right now if he saw what I was doing.
Getting his top assistant eaten by plants.
Yes, also rebelling against the country that he serves.
Victor yells Gremio's name and Gremio continues. Young Master, I think it's time to say goodbye. I can't see anymore. Young Master, does that mean they're eating his eyes first?
Yeah.
Like the wet spots?
They're eating his brain.
Oh, tight.
Yeah.
Great. They're in the ears.
Yeah.
Young Master, I'm proud of you. FakeNet, make some noise that sounds like someone being eaten alive.
Initializing FakeNet.
No problem. It is my favorite hot sound.
That's good. Promise me you'll always follow your heart. That is my first and final request. Fade to black.
Gremio's died.
Time passes. This is the funniest thing that could happen right now. Who walks in?
Look at Matthew.
It just throws the lever.
Yeah, he's like, hey guys, I was worried about you. Gremio's cape and his hatchet remain, so he was literally fucking eaten.
Yeah, they ate all the organic matter and left behind. This also suggests Gremio wasn't wearing pants or underwear.
or his he's wearing like a weighted cape. It's really strong.
Yeah.
Like it's got like some sort of fibers in there that
they can't digest.
Yes, but
enzymes cannot break down.
When Milich said man-eating spores, not a mistranslation. No, they ate this man.
You should have put women in our party.
Too bad Gremio is not a woman like you thought originally.
Hey man, never say never. Matthew then speaks. Are you all right, Commander Tyr? You were away for so long, I brought the troops along. What's going on here?
I don't see any goddamn troops.
Where are the Imperial forces? Victor assumes they were devoured by man-eating spores.
Yes, so Milich this is
That is pretty metal as shit, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
He's done.
If we are assuming that Milich is also under the control of like one of those evil black runes that Wendy is handing out to the various generals, then wow. He's definitely on one.
Matthew can't believe this shit. Victor says we need to get out of here. Tyr needs some rest. We party up and start to walk out. But Tyr stops and moves over to look at Gremio's cloak and axe. He stares at it diagonally, which his sprite hasn't done in this game before. Have you seen that sprite do that before?
No, I think it may be doing the same thing it does on the game over screen.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I haven't seen one of those.
Yeah.
Tyr then falls to his knees and puts his hands on the cloak and bows his head. I assume he's crying. He speaks a bunch of dots. Tyr then lifts his head with his eyes closed, then slowly stands up and opens his eyes. We all then leave. But Victor stops after we leave and says, wait a minute, then steps back in that fucked room. We don't see what he does, but then he comes back out and says, all right, let's go. He stole Gremio's shit, didn't he?
Yeah, he got Gremio's hatchet. He's going to
yeah.
turn it into a sword.
Really?
No, I don't know.
It's like he's like a death collector.
I honestly don't remember what he does with this stuff. So,
but I'm glad that happened because it's weird.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Gremio's dead, Chris.
Yeah, Gremio has died.
That's like the number 2 party member type here.
Yeah,
like I wouldn't have suspected this wouldn't have happened if I didn't read the soundtrack titles.
Yeah,
honestly, but it did. Once it was foreshadowed, once it basically made sense. To me.
Yeah. So now we're in our bed in our huge room, feeling sad.
No music.
Yeah, Cleo and Pawn are waiting in the hallway. Cleo says that she can't believe what happened to Gremio. Death and war are inseparable, but still. Pawn can only say, Master Tyr, damn.
And more people are standing idle in the next hallway waiting for you.
Yeah, Victor's there. He says it's better to think of other things now. This is our chance to attack Milich's castle. If you don't want to command the troops, I will, he says. Then he changes his mind for the following reason. For the leader of a liberation army, weakness is unforgivable.
Hell yeah, dude. Time to move on.
Fucking Jesus, man. Camille's here, too, who we haven't heard from in a while.
I'm glad she's here.
I wish she would have said, where's my money, bitch?
Yeah, dude.
But she says she hears Gremio tried to save me, right? Listen, do your utmost to protect the life that Gremio gave you. Don't you dare let his death be in vain. Otherwise, I'll never forgive you.
I was saying, don't worry about it, Camille, because we're never going to speak again.
Yes. Flik says he was beginning to understand why Odessa chose Tyr. He says, quote, you'd better live up to Odessa's and Gremio's expectations. I get why these people are saying all these things, and I think this is a really good way of communicating Tyr's grief, because Tyr can't communicate his own grief to us because he's a silent, because he's a silent protagonist. But yes, exactly, that's a good way to put it. His grief is being reflected from these characters back onto him.
But it is like being at a wake or a funeral for a close family member, where everybody who comes has to apologize to you as soon as they see you.
But they sure are putting a lot of pressure on him right now.
Yeah.
It's like,
that sucks, but we got to fight this guy, and we got the tools. So.
My mother just died yesterday.
My brother, father.
Then we go back to the meeting room.
Hold on.
Yeah.
The next person I ran into was Apple. I'm like, oh, what's Apple got to say?
Oh, yeah.
And she just asked why I fucked with Matthew again. And I was like, okay.
Yeah,
well,
everybody's back.
The apology tour's over.
Default state is back. We get to the meeting room. Matthew's got no fucking words for me. Theme of the advancing army is playing. Matthew says he must advise us to attack Scarleticia?
Scarleticia.
Scarletetsuo.
Scarlet's Castle. Let's go with that. How about that?
Scarlet Castle. Liukan comes in and presents the antitoxin, which is an item I already have in my inventory. What are you doing? He says that he became sick of this world and retired to the mountains as a recluse, planning to lead a quiet life, but he changed his mind. Then he asked to join us. Liukan joins. May we speak about Liukan for just a moment?
Okay.
He is the Chire star, the clever star. He can actually participate in combat, which is weird. He's old as hell. His weapon is stick, oak stick, or ebony stick.
Great.
It's great. Unite attacks. He can participate in the flash attack. During war, he is a member of the team of old soldiers along with our man Kai. His battle cry, you should be kind to your elders. What was that one we had? Oh, you don't need old men.
Yeah.
Death quote is, this is about as far as I can go. But he can't die.
Great.
That's all I've got for Liukan. We then get the option to prepare the troops or to say, I don't feel like it right now. I chose the latter, thinking the invisible hand of destiny was going to intercede here and make me fight. But Matthew's like, what? He says, he asked me if there are more important matters than my emotions, like trying to guilt me into sortieing the troops. But the invisible hand of destiny does not interfere, and I go do some stuff.
Yeah. Let's go to Anti, where Peaceful People plays. I go to that inn and I find Esmeralda, and she speaks. Yes, it appears to be the real opal ring, so I guess we've set the stone in a ring at this point for it.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, now I know you're acting in good faith. I'll come along. Esmeralda joins, fade out, and she's gone. Chris, one more star of destiny obtained. Tell me everything you know about Esmeralda.
Esmeralda is the Chikai star, the star of gathering, like magic. What's the point of Esmeralda, Eric, you ask?
To have in our team.
Be fancy.
Takes up space.
Yeah, she cannot join our individual parties. She can join the war battle team of the narcissists.
Okay, good.
Along with a character you could probably guess who's in there. We haven't got yet. Her battle cry is, "Oh no, I hate violence." And her death quote is, "Oh my, how mean of you." She appears to serve
I don't know that we can have pacifists in our war party, Chris.
No, she appears to serve no other purpose other than being some sort of bougie lady. Maybe she's got money. Maybe she's got connections. Who knows?
We gave her our most valuable that we had to extract from a monster carcass.
Did you visit her in the castle?
No.
I believe in the western tower, if you go all the way to the top, she has set up a rose garden.
Okay, yeah, I noticed that later. I didn't know she built that.
Yeah, complete with there's like a trellis full of roses and stuff like that. When you speak with her, a theme of narcissism begins to play. And
what the hell did you trellis? Is that a word?
Yeah.
Wow.
I learned it last year.
Brand new. Okay.
Yeah. You know what trellis is?
No.
It's just like an object that is used to, you can like grow plants on them, like wrap the vines around them. You ever seen like a just blank stare? Sure.
Let's do the battle at Scarleticia Castle, Chris.
Yeah, let's do it.
12,000 to 10,095.
Oh, wait, hold on. Scarleticia Castle was built in the year 370. Scarleticia Castle was originally built as a front line against Joustin. However, its role as a frontline fortress ended after Morvia Castle was built. After that, the castle became the traditional base of generals assigned to rule the Kunan area. Due to its relative safety, Scarleticia has become a bureaucratic center of the Scarlet Moon Empire, second to Greg Minster. Since Milich Oppenheimer was assigned to govern Kunan, he modified the castle to match his aesthetic taste. Yeah, go ahead.
I've got 12,000 of their forces to 10,095 of my forces.
I have 10,075, and I think I know where the deficiency is here because I forgot to recruit Lottie.
Nice.
The girl with the cat.
Yeah.
So she must be worth 20 soldiers. Would you say 95?
Yeah. If you have a cat army, that's like good for 1.5 actual man powers.
Okay.
As Collision's playing, Milich opens with, "You're wasting our time." Victor replies, "Not this time. Haha."
Yep.
Good one, dude. I do bow twice, then use the power of science to charge 3 times and win 0 to 4,876.
Dang, owned. Yeah, I sent Chapman again to recruit enemy soldiers. Still doesn't fucking work.
No. Damn it, Chapman.
Kryn tried to get some information. He fucking sucks. He didn't do it. Yeah.
Liukan says he's pretty good at this age when I win. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, this was pretty straightforward. After using the power of the science a couple times, I was able to get a pretty huge victory.
Without the poison flower, Milich is nothing.
Yes. The pirates mopped up some dudes and we won.
And then we go to Scarleticia proper as music Gorgeous Scarleticia plays, and we're out in front of the manor. Matthew wants to break into the castle and set fire to the roses. Victor wants to come along to avenge Gremio's death, and Flik is coming too, refusing to cite a reason. I think to get away from Kimberly, Chris.
Yes.
We get to pick the rest. I select Pawn because Chris told me to, and Kirkus because Chris told me to. I add Kai because he breaks the video game. Who'd you take?
My same team from before.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, same team from before. Yeah.
Okay.
Except minus Gremio. Probably put Kirkus in there. Sure.
I take all the equipment I removed from Gremio before he died and give it to Kirkus.
Yes.
I walk in the castle and it looks like where Kirby would live if he never made it past 16 bits.
Yes.
Marshmallow pink tiled floors, golden walls, and beige columns. I find Milich's most precious treasure, red paint, in a treasure chest in one of the rooms. Only 2 enemies here, Chris? Creepers and Mad Ivies?
Yeah, that's about it. They fit the bill here.
Like in flowers.
Did you go into the side room and interact with the portrait of Milich?
Yes.
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 You get 2 choices. Milich 2 is a victim, or what a creep. What'd you pick? You didn't get this.
The correct one.
Milich 2 is a victim is the correct one, and that will open a secret set of stairs leading downward to a very fancy throne room and or fuck dungeon.
That choice means the game wants you to know that they're all corrupted beyond their own control.
Yes. I found a window setting 1 and a magic room piece.
So what'd you call this? A fuck dungeon?
Yes.
I call it a panic room.
That works too.
Okay, but it could be either or.
The reason I call it that is because there's a throne, but the throne is also a couch.
Yeah, it's a big pink double chair.
Yeah.
3 golden desks, 2 lit candle posts. And window setting?
Yeah.
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 Great.
On the right side here, there's a man named Ivanov who looks like a painter and is a painter. He says that he wants to paint as he pleases, but that man, Milich, took my freedom. Will you give me my freedom? Upstairs.
He asked the question, but we can't answer it. by the way.
Yeah. We can't give him his freedom until we burn this castle down, I guess.
Right.
Upstairs?
Yeah, this place is more and more opulent. The floor is now a darker shade of gold, and blood red curtains hang from the walls. Found a spark crystal in a small room with 2 beds, both with pink sheets. In the bottom right room is Casios,
Yes.
a person with serious bangs and a nice green outfit.
Casios like the keyboard.
That's what I was thinking. That has to be a direct reference
Yes.
based on what this person
Can we play the Casio keyboard demo song again? I think we already played this.
Yeah. Play some Casio music real quick.
Thanks.
Their hand is on their throat in their portrait, indicating that they are a vocalist.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Casios. My job is to sing, and my loyalty goes to he who truly understands my songs. And that is my Master Milich.
Has Master Milich captured all of the local artists to create
That fits
propaganda?
his character.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Also, is Casios wearing a nightcap?
Sure.
Probably. Yeah.
Someone has to.
Mhm.
It took me a long time now to figure out where to go next.
Yeah, because there's a door in one of the bedrooms,
and it's not
weird.
the right balcony.
Yeah.
But it's the door in Casios' room. We get out there. It leads to a balcony with a big damn ass rose fuming everywhere.
A damn ass rose.
We party out, also known as an asshole. We party out, and Matthew rolls up with more of our dudes. He then says, "Whoever has their hands free, burn these flowers."
Wow.
Weird translation. That's when Milich rolls out and says, "Stop it. What are you doing to my beloved flowers?" Eek. Victor is like, he's got him where he wants him. He says, "Milich, I'll get you." And Milich says his skin is burning. Lady Wendy's rune is melting. Stop it.
Stop doing this.
Touching theme plays as Milich maybe snaps back to life and says, "What's this all about?" Victor steps forward and tells Milich he better count his remaining seconds. Pawn gets in on it too, saying, "I'll strike you down to avenge Gremio." Would Pawn have said this if Pawn wasn't here? Would Pawn have just rolled up with Matthew's dudes?
I think everybody rolled up because Camille showed up.
And Cleo shows up too.
Yeah.
Cleo says prepare to die. Milich plays dumb and says, "Gremio, avenge." But is he playing dumb, Chris?
He is not playing dumb. He is dumb,
Okay.
in fact.
Matthew wises up to what everybody already knows but doesn't care about. "Wait, everybody. General Milich, were you wearing a black rune?" Milich is like, "Hell yeah, son. You mean that rune Lady Wendy gave me?" Victor isn't having this shit and says, "Get out of the way, Matthew. Black rune, pink balloon. What's the difference? This scoundrel killed Gremio."
They want blood. Also, like, this is the first time that really Victor has expressed how much he really loved Gremio.
Yeah. Secretly, like,
Yeah.
he liked the abuse
Yeah.
and getting yelled at. Pawn agrees, "That's right. We can't forgive him." Flik defers when asked, but then he asks me, Tyr, who is Eric, who is me, what I think. We get a choice. Gremio must be avenged, or this man is not at fault.
Mm-hmm. And of course, we are men of the sea.
Dude,
I know you wanted to kill him.
after Craze, I wanted to be Tyr the Bloodthirsty.
These decisions would have been much more difficult if they did not kind of
They have a
cop
function.
out with the black rune stuff. Like if this would have just been what these people were.
Well, that raises questions later that we'll get to.
Yeah.
I do believe Gremio must be avenged, but this functions as a good moral choice for the player. You know Milich isn't lying, and he's being mind-controlled in the same way Quanda was, but you also know his actions directly affected Gremio's fate. Although you can kind of convince yourself Gremio was going to die anyway.
Yeah.
Right? But there are mechanical rewards at stake, Chris, so we
Yes.
spare this man. He's not at fault to play this video game effectively. Cleo cannot believe your choice. Master Tyr, are you going to avenge Gremio's death? Victor concurs. That's right, I can't understand you. Flik, who used to be our rival, is now our boy.
Yep.
And tells Victor to stop it. Stop doing this. Victor says, "Don't stop me." Flik defers back to Tyr, and you can say, "That's enough, Victor. It's the leader's decision. Follow his orders."
Victor actually calls out Flik on the fact that he finally acknowledged Tyr as the
he's like,
leader.
"You called him leader, dude. You called him
Yeah.
leader." Then Milich steps forward, recognizing Tyr as Teo's son. "I, Milich Oppenheimer, would like to join your army." The Emperor has been enraptured by Lady Wendy's resemblance to his late Empress Claudia. But unlike Empress Claudia, Wendy is a sorceress with evil intent. I must stop the Emperor from being misled, so I beg you, please let me join the Liberation Army. So you've spared his life, but now you get a choice about whether or not he can join.
Yep.
You can pick I can't or I understand. What'd you pick, Chris?
I understand.
I understand as well.
I don't understand. Kill him all and let Gremio kill him again, in hell.
Milich Oppenheimer joins.
I like how I understand isn't a yes or a no, it's an I understand.
Yeah, I get it. I get this shit. Milich Oppenheimer, would you like to learn more about him?
Yeah, dude.
We already know quite a bit about him, but he is a star of destiny after all. He's the Tinku star. The lewd star.
Okay.
which
Theme of
works.
perversion.
Yeah, theme of perversion plays. That should have been Kimberly.
No, there's no lewdness in wanting consensual sex. Milich is the pervert.
Was it consensual? Coercion?
It was coerced into being consensual, whereas like I would never believe Kimberly would commit assault, but I can see Milich doing that.
That's true.
Having done that, and we're recruiting him anyway.
Milich's weapon is a sword. His sword is called the Rose, the Marguerite, or the Orchid. He likes flowers, Eric. Not sure if you knew that.
Weird.
He has no unite attacks. Sorry. He is the leader of the team of narcissists, along with Esmeralda and a yet-to-be-claimed character. His battle cry is, "You're my opponent? Ha." And his death quote is, "I refuse to accept this." Milich Oppenheimer can die in war battles, so be careful.
Good.
An interesting bit of trivia that I've read on the Suikoden wiki, if you take Milich in the bath with an all-male party, he will be on the female side.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that a presentation thing, or does he just like to be isolated from, like, that could be a phobia, or I don't know. There's a bunch of different ways to interpret that.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
If you take him with a mixed party, will he still be on the female side?
No, he'll be on the male side.
Interesting.
Then.
So it could even be like a closeted thing. That's really interesting.
Yeah. I mean, also it could be like, it's probably more likely that is a gag.
Yeah,
but
probably because he's effeminate.
Yeah, but if we choose to read a little bit more earnestly, then maybe
I think that would, like, under the most tenuous of circumstances, qualify as representation in that category.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like, you got to kind of talk yourself into it, but it's better than nothing, maybe. There's a little bit more after he joins.
Yeah.
Pawn freaks out and says, "Why? I can't accept this." Cleo tells Pawn to stop it, stop doing this. Stallion, who I assumed I would never see again, then runs in. As music, theme of tension, impact version plays. He's screaming for help. Matthew's like, "What, Stallion?" Stallion replies, "The Imperial Army is coming."
Oh, shit.
Sanchez says, "You must return right away." Matthew says we have to mobilize our forces immediately. And I say, "Stop making me do double wars. Let me save this game."
Yeah.
And you must save that episode for the next week of the show.
Mm-hmm. We'll save our podcast and consult the RealNet.
Yeah.
Initializing RealNet.
Hello, RealNet. What's happening? Kal-El says Mario plus Rapids. Rapids. Get it?
Yo, no, I get it. Very clever pun.
Razum12321 says the Patreon thanking a new thing for Suikoden, I assume, ? Yes, if you go to patreon.com/retroam and find the post that says "You're welcome, Chris," you can submit a file of you saying "You're welcome, Chris."
They'll be played live in real time when applicable. Do we have one, or is it a fake net one this week?
No, we have a real one this week.
Okay.
From Elliot. Mr. Slike says Alchemeth Lab. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is, especially if you're playing with dangerous chemicals.
Eric Von Ayn says, "A machine? You mean my computer?"
I love the evolution of "my father, you mean my dad" jokes.
Yeah, it's great. Oh, in regards to the piss bucket noises, which have been heard by now.
Piped in.
Yes, Razum says, anyone fully expecting tapioca noises there?
I was thinking tapioca noises somewhere else, actually. I think in the spores devouring.
Oh, yeah. The sound of somebody dying is tapioca.
Well, not dying, but being devoured by spores.
Mr. Slike says, yeah, the assets in 1996 Suikoden left a lot to the imagination, something the series greatly improves upon in later installments.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, what they've done is solid. It's definitely a step up from the 16-bit era, but I'm excited, Eric, for you to see the extreme step up in that regard in the next game, and it's going to be fun.
It was bold to still use sprites in 99 or whenever Suikoden 2 came out.
Yeah. There's a good Murayama quote about that, and we'll address that when we get to Suikoden 2. Kev Worst says, I love boats. Boat, take us away.
Thank you, Selfie.
Woohoo!
Mr. Slike says, she wants Flik to flick. You finish the story. Eric Fine tells us that a sake cup is called a sake cup. Tim Bagel says, Jesus. I think that's during the, whatever the hell we were talking about when Kimberly and Flik were...
with the load?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of stuff going on there. Mr. Slike says, Milich just football spiked to WMD. I mean, yeah, I think we did point out that Milich was the user of chemical weapons.
Yeah, that are against whatever conventions necessary. I mean, I would have been like, yo, can we use that against like future armies? Because that will kind of dominate any single battle. Because nobody else has Liu Kang's potion. Again, it's like the whole G.I. Joe Cobra, like when G.I. Joe foils Cobra's plans, they never just try it again, eliminating the one flaw elsewhere. Rip
Grimio, says everybody.
Yeah. Born to die, world is a fuck. Fucking 9,000 dead father-brothermen.
Kal-El says Esmeralda is a nanomachine colony.
Of course.
June Mermaid plays. October Mermaid plays. All the mermaids play. And that's all we have for the RealNet tonight. Thank you, RealNet, for joining us tonight. We'll see you next time on the RealNet during Retrograde Amnesia. This episode is a production of Retrograde Amnesia. It was recorded on April 21st, 2022. Thank you, Mark
Shepard.
for the intro music.
You're welcome, Chris.
By the way, Mark, we appreciate you. Thanks, Mark.
Shepard.
Thank you, Mark.
Shepard.
Mark.
Shepard.
Mark.
Shepard.
Mark it.
You're welcome, Chris.
You can follow us on Twitter at RetroAmnesiaPod or email us at podcast@retrogradeamnesia.com. You support us on Patreon at patreon.com/retroam. Get early access, bonus episodes, miniseries, and more.
Shepard.
Until next time, Eric.
Yes, we will kill Gremio again.
No, we already killed him. He's dead. Rip Gremio. Now you may go back to sleep. Now you may go back to getting killed by man-eating spores. Yeah, that is life's. Yeah, I saw Chewbacca.
Except there's no friends to help.
Yeah, I did see Chewbacca there. He. It's funny how they treat Disney, the regular ass Disney employees, like regular like
Excuse
shit.
me, cast members,
yes,
please.
they treat the traditional cast members like shit because they're just there, and it appears that their masking situation is like up to the individual cast member. But fucking Mickey Mouse and Chewbacca and all them, you still got to be 6 feet away from those fuckers. They haven't released the social distance.
Well, that's so that like costumes don't get COVID particles in them, right?
Yeah,
like
well,
Chewbacca's fur is going to be filthy by the end of the day. You can't really touch those fuckers anyway either.
Well, no, you can hug them and shit, but those people are the people who don those suits are less replaceable than just somebody who works a cash register. And
you gotta have skills to wear a costume 100-degree weather in Florida.
Last time I went,
that's not a joke.
Last time I went to Disney World, Goofy gave me a backslap, like a hey bro backslap, and you know Goofy's like 6'4".
Yeah, canonically Goofy is like 8 feet tall.
Yeah, and the person who plays Goofy is always tall, and he got me on the back, and I was like, whoa man, that's
I would pull some shit if I had to do that. I would definitely push whatever limits are, and not like any kind of like ultra weird, but like slightly violent.
Brief aside, we can put this in the outtakes, but they, when the characters come walking out, they will like go stand like behind a fenced area so the kids can't fucking get to them.
Right.
And we were right up on Chip and Dale, and I was standing right in front of Chip, and I told my kid, I said, I used to play a video game with these fuckers in it. I didn't call them fuckers.
You told you call okay.
Yeah, no, and Chip looked at me and pointed at me and mimed a video game motion.
Oh.
I said, that's right, Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers, Capcom's own.
Indiana Jones and Magnum PI.
Yeah, and Chip did the heart mime in the video game to say, I love gamers. I love games, and I'm a gamer. So I had that moment.
Buy a copy of Kingdom Hearts, kid.
Yeah. I had it in my mind to ask Mickey if he had seen Sora because I wanted to know what they were what the employees are programmed to do.
Does Mickey speak?
No, but they will like answer you with because they have certain things they can and can't do. By the way, the most fucked up thing is that they make the regular ass cast members in the Star Wars section when they ring you up at their cash register, they make them call your dollars credits.
Okay.
And I'm like,
can you buy death sticks?
I can't buy death sticks. You can buy Luke Skywalker's blue milk. It's just a fucking sugar drink. Anyway, that's all I've got. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Oh fuck.
I had to train someone at work today, so I talked for 8 hours today already.
Oh.
So punished podcast.
So you sound like me.
A little bit.
I forgot that I had the microphone on when I talked about it. That I might need to poop. I'm sorry about that. All right.
It's okay. I think everyone is taking a shit probably today.
Yeah, but
you're not supposed to talk about it in like polite company, but
yeah, we're all.
I mean, we should do a bonus episode on Don't Shit Your Pants, right? Remember that game, the Flash game?
Oh yeah.
Where the object is not to shit your pants.
Yeah, I don't remember how to play it though.
It's a text type game where you type commands, and if you type shit pants, you lose.
Oh yeah, it's all coming back to me now.
Shit, I wonder if that's still available now that Flash is. I mean, didn't someone make a tool that like converts all that shit?
Yeah, I feel like there was some sort of mirroring of things. Okay, I don't need that there. Okay, talking to the microphone real quick. Yeah, you.
Oh, right, yeah. I got nothing.
You don't have to. You can just say testing 1 2 3.
Testing 598999634.
Okay, that's all I need.
The one with, I'm sad your kids were upstairs screaming because I wanted to ask if they knew who the fuck this is.
What were they screaming about?
I don't know, making airplane noises.
Oh, yeah. They, I don't know. Whenever those kids take a shower, they suddenly just get wild after the shower. They scream.
It charges them up. They absorb water and they convert it to energy.
I guess you're right. I'm like, how do you still have this much energy, my friend? Please stop playing Lego Star Wars so I can play Elden Ring.
I truly want to believe your suitcase still isn't unpacked. Please tell me that's still packed full of your shit from 2 weeks ago.
No, that's not packed. Eric, you know my wife.
Oh, yeah. Well, I figured you had control over some things in this house.
No. Well, actually, I controlled. I was responsible for the backpack, which had like electronics, like Nintendo Switches and battery packs. And,
good stuff. The stuff you don't want stolen on the plane.
Yeah. What happened to Discord? Discord just crashed. Hold on. It was doing that last time, wasn't it? Okay, I guess we're back on. Okay, we're gonna start soon. As soon as we figure out where the fuck we left off.
We picked up the pirates and we're going to go to.
We gotta get the boat built, right?
Yeah, the boat guys.
Now I will need you to walk us through that one because that's the section I lost my notes on a couple weeks ago.
Fantastic.
I wrote down the highlights and a couple of quotes that I pulled.
Well, I wrote down literally everything. So
okay, good.
We'll be in good shape.
I don't have that, nor do I have the stuff at the Liu Kang's house.
I also say Liu Kang. I was going to ask you about that. Nice, good. So if you go pale, it means you have to go to the bathroom. Do you always turn pale when it's time to poop, or is it just a new thing with your sickness?
No, this is just like in the past 3 or 4 hours.
Okay.
Because I took I still have a lot of fatigue, and Discord crashed again. I don't know why Discord keeps crashing. That's going to be very distracting.
Reinstall Windows.
It was like a half a mile, and I was like, I'm going to die. And then Brooke was like, you look pale.
What is that, like every 3 days you don't move, your muscles atrophy by like 30% or something?
Yeah, probably. And then I just started shitting everywhere.
Oh, great. Yeah. When were you got to clean the toilet afterward? Brush the sides? On Steve's birthday, I texted him a code for Chrono Cross on Switch and didn't tell him what it was.
Great.
He said, I'll get to it later, and that was 3 days ago, so I'm still waiting for him to figure out that joke. But you're booger-free. All the other bowels are currently evacuated. You're chugging LaCroix. What flavor is that, Chris? Do a plug.
Pamplemousse.
This episode brought to you by Pamplemousse, available exclusively at McDonald's. Food, folks, and fun. McDonald's, it's the one.
Thanks.
No, you know the one.
Are you ready?
Pamplemousse.
Let's make sure the sounds
Is that like a mineral? Is that a vegetable? Is that a person? What's it taste like?
It's a grapefruit. It's French for grapefruit.
Fuck that, dude.
Huh?
How do you make grapefruit even worse?
What, put it in flavored water?
Ugh.
It's great.
Feed me a persimmon.
It's making me burp, which is a good thing right now.
Great. Yeah, it's good for the audio.
Okay, let me hack up my lungs and then I'll proceed. Is my voice going?
No, you're back to normal, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, like a little tinny. You're at like 97% Chris strength.
All right. The whole drive to our flight got canceled. We had to drive to fucking Orlando last week.
Made that drive? Yep.
Yeah, it sucked.
Mm-hmm.
The whole drive there, they would one of them would play Kirby in the Forgotten Land. The other one would play Kirby Star Allies. And then after the next play session came up, they swapped.
And the battery held up?
Fucking Kirby. We only drove half. We drove half, slept, then the other half.
Oh, okay.
So
it's like there's kids in the car.
Lots of fucking Kirby in my life right now. I got this for my birthday.
It's a Meta Knight figurine, Chris. Looks like it came from a quarter machine.
Yeah, they bought it's like a blind box. They bought me a Kirby blind box, and I got Meta Knight.
That's great. You can probably swallow that.
Yeah, okay.
Try and eat it. Suck it, Chris.
Stop talking for a second.
Yeah, son. Get a drink of that pomegranate pamplemousse. Fucking.
All right, go ahead.
After the battle, Tyr steps forward and opens the gate.
Yep. You ever seen somebody grow a plant and the vine wraps around the thing, like a wire thing in their garden?
Just at my grandparents' house, and I was paid $5 to cut that shit down every summer.
But they did not have like an iron thing stuck in the ground to the vines would wrap around it.
No,
it
just
was
went
beautiful.
a brick wall on the south side of the house. It was a pain in the ass.
No, okay.
Shit
Well,
sucked.
trellis is the object that you buy to grow. So you can do it for decorative purposes, or you can do it like to grow cucumbers and shit.
I can't do it.
Well, you could if you wanted to.
I'm not doing that.
Okay, you don't have to. Anyway, I was going to say something about Elden Ring. Doesn't matter.
I'm out. I'm done.
You beat it?
Yeah.
You're the Elden Lord?
Yeah.
I'm close, but yeah.
All bosses wiped. I'm out. I'm done.
Theme of sadness guitar version from event Gremio's Death begins to play.
Yeah, that was in the soundtrack listing that you sent me.
Yeah.
Asshole.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I didn't know.
He caught the shit, poof!
We're gonna leave it all in that order.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna let it go.
There's no rules. Episode 13, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, yeah.
God damn it. And this here is Tyr McDowell's son. And this here is Tyr
McDowell's son. This here is Tyr McDowell's son. Milich, let's see here. Milich.
Did you stall out? Are you frozen?
Milich's weapon is a sword.
It's NFTs, folks. Chris is sick of NFTs. Fuck those things.
Yeah.
Victor concurs? Victor concurs.
Make no mistake, Crow. Now you really are a dead man.
You knew about me all along. Why kill me now?
I needed you. You were the best killer I had. Now, you're just too powerful. I have to take you out before you become a real threat. You know too much, Crow.
You're crazy. The power's gone right to your head. What about the blood?
That's right. The power. You aren't the only one with the gift. I got some of your mother's blood in me as well.
Get out of that chair so I can put you in a grave. I'm taking my life back.
After looking at the portrait, you can say Milich too. Excuse me.
Dumbass.